And so I asked one of the representatives, we used to import these sensors, why are your sensors so expensive? You know, the answer they gave me is unbelievable, but it's true. They said that, we started this sensor in 1960s. That time it was a novelty, and they used to give the sensor in hospitals and academic institutions, etc. That was the price that was fixed. It's this bigger device. Okay. And so they have not, because everybody is buying it like this and nobody is asking any questions, they don't want to change the technology. And they are very comfortable selling these big, huge devices at that huge cost because people are still continuing to pay them. So we hope in future we'll give them a run for their money. Okay? So, yes, and yeah, so I guess that's about it. So those were the challenges. I don't consider them to be challenges. They were very interesting part of our journey, and many times we have gone bankrupt. That's part of life. Okay, this month also I have not paid salary. My team member is sitting here, so it happens. So the thing is, I have great people working for me. So that's another thing. So when you're building a company, among everything else, the people that work for you are the most important. If my people had not supported me, then we would have not come this far. They have gone many times without salaries. Yes, when the money comes in, next week we will give you your salary. So when the money comes, obviously we pay. We have lots of welfare measures for them. But it's true. And the people that work for you need to believe that dream of yours. So by God's grace, I'm lucky that I have people that believe that yes, we are making something wonderful that will make the lives of lots of other people very beautiful. Okay, so that is it. So I guess I'm done. I don't have any more to add. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer you.
Sure. Ma'am, like as you said, like you collected the data from doctors, like in India, how many have epidemics, the main disease, epidemic, epilepsy. So how you collected the secondary data? Because it's very hard, like going to a specialist and asking him the questions, like because you are making an app which would prevent it, so that would be finally cause his business, because it's not only his business, it's the finally medicines on all. So what are the challenges that time you have?
Yeah, so we are currently doing, we are doing clinical trials for that. So we have some hypotheses. We know that, if X and Y correlate in such and such situations, this is going to be the outcome. So we have these hypotheses like that, right? So for those, to prove those, we are doing clinical research. So our clinical research partner is Manipal Hospital and NIMHANS. NIMHANS. Okay, NIMHANS is Asia's premier institute for neurology, right? Our other clinical trial partner is, we are on the verge of signing a contract with them, is Flores Institute of Neuroscience in Australia.
Not today, but when you started, because that time you're not known. Now,
so at that time, I had my hypothesis. Based on the research that I did, I came up with a theoretical hypothesis. Okay. Later on, I used that hypothesis to prove it on the data that we are collecting. So we already know that if this has happened, according to this theorem, this should happen. So we're trying to see how much we match, and we have been able to prove it correct. Okay, so now what we're doing is, the app is not just going to give you information later, it is going to give you information all the time. It's a real-time system. So if I'm wearing it, and the next 20 minutes I'm becoming unwell, it will tell me about it. You need lots of data, that is correct, and it's a bit of a work also. It's very difficult to get to clinical trials. You have to convince doctors. You have to, there are ethical committees. It involves a price. So for the trial we're doing in Australia, it cost us about 3 crores. It's very expensive.
So, now, when you say that seizure is detected about 40 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes, Now, how is this app of yours trying to inculcate all these parameters? What about 10 minutes alert, 20 minutes alert, 40 minutes alert? Does it anyway convey as to what should be done in these times?
So, I mentioned one point that we're trying to do it in a customized fashion for every individual. Okay, so every individual's threshold is different.
Correct.
And my heart rate 100 could be normal for me, for you 60 is normal. Right? So, first what we try to do is we try to understand what is your benchmark and what are your thresholds. And then we try to see these, where these have been reached. Okay? So for me, the scissor prediction could be 5 minutes. For you, it could be about 4 hours. For some individual, there is no prediction. In the case of the third individual, we can end up studying the evolution of the seizure from beginning to end. But it happens, that's how his body reacts immediately. I say a word and like magic, it goes. Okay? So it is different for every individual, and what we don't provide any medication. We tell them what they should do. Like they have to see a doctor, or like somebody is very exhausted. We know that after exhaustion, after a few hours, that person always gets a seizure. So we tell the person that if he has crossed the threshold limit for exhaustion, getting exhausted, we will ask him to slow down so that he does not get into that. And we tell him that you need to relax, rest, take water, sleep, whatever it is.
What is Professor Babu asked, apart from knowing when it will come, does it show that nearby which doctor will take care, something like
Yes,
that?
yes, we are trying to create an ecosystem, and it's something like
That's
this.
what we had in mind.
Yeah.
Data bank to support post.
No, I just wanted to know, is it so dynamic that it can find out the difference between the 10
It
minutes
does.
or 15
It does.
seconds or whatever?
Yeah.
And what is the best alternative that a patient should undergo? So is there any prescriptive kind of thing? No, it's only
No, there
detection,
are people.
only diagnostic.
There is diagnostic, but there are people, that can stop attacks.
Right.
There is this medicine called midazolam. There is something also called diazepam. That could be given. That will abort that attack.
Correct.
And it could be done
The
only if you
seizures
know
immediately
it.
come to a stop.
Yes, only if doctors know it, they will be able to stop it, right? So we provide that information. But the time could be different for me, different for you.
I think the sleep disorder is that, no?
Yeah.
Is it commercially no?
No, we are working on it.
Just want to know how much it costs because almost everybody will have that problem sometime in their life.
It is really common.
That's
Like
why-
apnea, there is
Yeah.
sleep apnea,
That's
heart
why I
problems
said
are very
how to
related.
commercially how it costs in India because in India cost is a real factor.
That's why we are launching it in Europe first. All
Yeah,
of
where they can afford.
They can afford it because we can't sell it at a certain price in India because we will not be able to meet our cost.
Correct.
Yeah, so-
Turnover cost.
Yes, exactly. So what we are trying to come out, as the manufacturer starts manufacturing this here, we will then reduce it.
Compared to Fitbit, what is that extra this one is right?
Yeah, so the Fitbit is not a medical device.
That's right.
Ours is a medical device. That's the difference lies in the accuracy. The sensors that we use are medically relevant sensors, and we don't generalize. Ours are all based on actual cases and actual data collected from
As aims or somebody authenticated this?
we are doing a study in AIDS now. Yeah, in neurology.
That is what basically will give more weightage to your product.
Yes. Yes, that is, it's a medical device. Then in that case, you have to have those studies. So we are doing that. And we are in no hurry to release it right now. That's why we have taken so much time.
Everybody
And
funded, you know.
we have about.
Venture capitalists are back.
We recently got our first venture round, and we are raising more money.
All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.